Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Share My World, episode 6. How are you all doing today? I'm good, and yourself? So, last episode was pretty intense. It was on the subject of bullying and my experience in bullying. I did kind of get a little emotional about it, but it needs to be told. So, I figured I owe you guys a funny video of my opinion on something. For those of you who do not watch a lot of sci-fi flicks, one day I was on YouTube. This was a few years ago, probably I think in 2010, 2011, and I came across a movie. And when I saw what the movie was, I damn near was about to blow up. Titanic 2. No, it's not the sequel to the 1997 Titanic. No, I can tell you that right now. You already should know. There's no sequel to a disaster movie. But then again, could I be wrong? Yes, I can be. Let me brush you up on a little bit of history here. You all do know in 1912, the Titanic sailed off. And unfortunately, Bruce Ismay, who was, I guess, the boss of White Star Line, was on the ship as well. And he was the one who pretty much was responsible for what happened to those innocent people on the Titanic. As you all know the story, the Titanic hits an iceberg. It sinks. There was not enough lifeboats, so a good portion of the people died. The ones that survived pretty much was all in turmoil, lost some loved ones, and pretty much life went on after the fact. If you want to learn more about the Titanic, there is a document. I hope it's still on YouTube. I hope they didn't take it down. But it's called Titanic Secrets Revealed. I've watched it. I was pretty shocked my doggone self, but it's very educational. It really is. I like to watch a lot of educational things, that catch my interest and things. So it's really, really good. It really is. Especially they have a model of the Titanic, and they was doing all these different, theories and stuff on what could have happened, what they could have done, all this stuff to keep the ship afloat. But I seriously doubt there was nothing that was going to keep that ship afloat. It was made of iron, for goodness sake. And then they call it unsinkable. You'll never call a ship unsinkable. I'm sorry. In my opinion, ships can sink, regardless. I don't care what foam or texture or whatever you use to build a ship. Ships can sink. Point blank to the period. I don't care what nobody says. They sink. But anywho, besides the point here. So they came out with Titanic 2, which came out in 2010. And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not very thrilled about this movie either. And let me tell you why. There is two people in this movie that is related to a comedian, and aka an actor. Dick Van Dyke has two grandsons in this movie, Shane and Carrie Van Dyke. Now I'm thinking, as a man of high standards here of Dick Van Dyke, you would think he would guide his grandsons into doing something a little bit more complex. Nothing of this magnitude should not even been in their minds. Dick Van Dyke was a very popular cat. He's funny as hell. So, I mean, come on, man. If I had a father or a grandfather like Dick Van Dyke, I want a career that he had. I'm not going to lower myself to a low-budget film. Come on now. And the budget for this movie, Titanic 2, $500,000. I don't know why you would sit over here and say a budget for this doggone movie. It didn't even go to theaters. It automatically got made, went to DVD, and was released on television. I don't really know how the whole thing works as far as with that. But my thing is, if you're going to come up with a budget, then that means that you're guaranteed that your movie is going to make it to theaters, and then you're going to have everyone go see it, and then you're going to get a profit from the movie. But if your movie did not make it to theaters, it automatically just got released on DVD and onto a TV. Why would you even put a budget on it? Just a thought. Whatever. So anywho, to the movie. 100 years later, April the 10th, 2012. The Titanic has been rebuilt and has been christened. Why don't you just say it's been baptized? It's sitting in water, for goodness sake. Why don't you just say, I baptize you in the name of Jesus? I don't see how you can christen the ship anyway. Baptizing it, yeah, because it's in water. But anywho, I'll introduce you to the first main character, Hayden Welsh, played by Shane Van Dyke. Apparently, he is the creator, the owner of the Titanic 2. And he is just geeked up. He said, oh, this is going to be wonderful. We've christened the ship. Nothing's going to happen to it. Let's just party all night. Their destination is from New York City to England. Now, if you all know your history on the Titanic, their destination was from England to New York. So all they did was reverse the route. It's still the same route. There's no punchline to that. It's still the same route. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they sail out on the same day and take the same course as the original Titanic. Now, my thing is this. You call the Titanic 2. Okay, I understand that. But why would you want to have the same similarities as the Titanic? Why not leave on a different day? Why not go somewhere else different, for goodness sake? You know, something. I would not even think of sailing out on the same day, taking the same course. But I guess it really don't matter, because either way, you got to cross over from the United States to another country. It doesn't matter. But still, that's just my valid opinion. I really wouldn't do that, because that's just going to creep me out even more. So, the second main character, Emma Marie, played by Marie Westbrook. Her and Hayden used to be a couple. Apparently things didn't work out. His ego got the best of him. She wasn't having that, so they broke it off. So she works on the ship with him. Mind you, she doesn't know about this until they sail off. So obviously it's too late for her to get off the boat. Too bad for her. Apparently she is working on the ship. I think she might be, I can't really say a stewardess, because those are people that work on airplanes. Yeah, I guess she's just pretty much just one. I'll just say she's just one of the workers on the Titanic, whatever. So she's going on the ship, and she gets a phone call from her father, James Marine, played by Bruce Davison. I recognize him from somewhere. I recognize him. He played an X-Man, the first X-Man. You know when Mystique kicked him in his freaking face? Yeah, that's him. That's how I recognize him from. I had to think for a minute where I saw him. But anyway. He calls her on the phone and says, you know, honey, I don't really want you to get on this boat. I'm having one of my bad feelings about this. And she was like, well, Dad, I mean, I understand, I love you and everything, but I'll be okay. I'm pretty sure this time will be different than, you know, what happened 100 years ago. No. I know some of us don't listen to our parents. You know, our parents are going to tell us one thing, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. But I'm sorry, in this case, her father was right. Something bad did happen, and I will keep going and let you know what's up. So, anywho. So, she says, you know, I love you, Daddy. I'll call you soon, whatever. Okay, fine. Now, her father is looking out for this glacier incident that had happened. A piece of ice fell off the glacier, and it caused a tsunami. And it's moving toward the ship. So him and his crew are calling the Titanic to let them know what's going on. So everybody on the Titanic is partying, having a jolly old good time. The captains are getting the phone calls like, okay, well, you know what? You guys need to turn around. Okay, you guys need to turn around. You need to go another direction, because there's a giant freaking tsunami coming after you, including a big chunk of ice. Which, may I remind you, is practically an iceberg. Yeah, it's an iceberg. A tsunami is coming towards you with a big chunk of ice. So obviously they looking out the window like, well, I don't see anything. It's freaking quiet as hell. I don't see anything. Okay. Riddle me this. If people are calling you, telling you that there is a tsunami coming in your direction, and you need to figure out a way to avoid it, are you going to, one, find a way to avoid it, or two, you're going to sit over here and just assume that you can just mysteriously avoid it yourself? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really think you can outrun a tsunami. That's just me. I really don't think you can. So, the tsunami comes. Yeah, the tsunami comes. It's coming. So now Hayden is telling his assistant, whatever, to go ahead and make an announcement, and let him know what the hell is going on. And I saw the trailer. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? No, I'm sorry. Fuck that attention shit. Excuse me. Just to let you know, there is a tsunami heading our way, and there's a big chunk of ice coming along with it. So, we gotta get the fuck off this boat, or we're all gonna die. I'm sorry if it sounds cruel. I mean, that's just how it should be announced. No, excuse me. May I have your attention, please? Like the principal is trying to address the children. And excuse me. So, the tsunami comes, and guess what? That iceberg hits them. Yeah, iceberg hit them. So, instead of having lifeboats, since this is 2012, they have little submarines. Clever. We don't use lifeboats no more. Lifeboats went out of style. We're going to use little submarines. So, they used some submarines, and a good portion of the people survived this one. Oh, did I forget to mention that the iceberg hit the middle of the ship rather than slip it through the middle? Or slip it on the side, not the middle. So, yeah. So, apparently, Emma and Hayden are still on the boat. Why are they still on there? I don't know. I really don't. So, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Emma's little friend, she died. Yeah, tragic. I'm going bit by bit here. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I still remember the gist of everything that has happened. But they're not out of the woods yet. There's another tsunami that comes, but this one is freaking 20 sizes more powerful than the last one. Oh yeah, the last one didn't count, even though there was a big chunk of ice that rammed into them. That's nothing. This was more powerful than the last one. Whatever. So James is trying to get in touch with his daughter. I don't know how you can get in touch with her. I mean, you don't think she lost her cell phone during all the chaos? And let me tell you something. Motherfuckers on this shit was just running into each other, punching each other, kicking each other, yelling and screaming, pushing, trying to get the hell off this boat. Natural reaction when the ship is gonna go down under. So yeah, it was a lot of chaos. Just a lot of chaos. So Hayden and Emma are still trying to figure out how to get the fuck off that boat. I don't understand why they did not leave with everybody else. I mean, what are you trying to save on that boat? It's sinking, for goodness sake, in the middle of the freaking Atlantic. Maybe the Bermuda Triangle sunk them. Never know. So anywho, so the father's like, you know what? Yeah, we need to head to the ship. I need to go get my daughter. I need to go find my daughter. I'm really happy that he kept up the faith that his daughter was still alive, because in a disaster of this magnitude, you would think the worst. But he just kept a positive mind, like, okay, I know my daughter's alive. I taught her better than this. I'm finna go get my daughter. So as he's going to get his daughter, the tsunami is coming. The tsunami is here. Crushed. So, unfortunately, during this whole little lovey-dovey crap, Hayden dies. He sacrificed himself for this girl. Oh, wow. That's, yeah. Unfortunately, he drowned. Yeah, he, kept her full. He drowned. And, she tried to revive him, but, it was too late. Hayden died. So, Emma is pretty much, the only one that survived, with the rest of the lovely little survivors. And her father did get to her, so thank God for that. Happily ever after the end. Let me tell you, after when I saw that movie, I damn near was just like, why was this created again? I don't understand. I really don't. And I actually looked up on this movie. I did, and here I can actually show you. This is a picture of the front of the DVD, the Titanic 2, 100 years later, lightning strikes twice. So basically, as you can clearly see, yeah, suffer the same fate. It was stupid. Never should have been created. And it gets worse, people. Somebody actually came out with the Titanic 2. It's supposed to be sailing out in the year of 2018. Look it up. I'm not playing. Wikipedia it. Google it. I don't care. It's true. It's terrible, actually. It's really terrible. Because I don't know who all gonna get on that doggone Titanic 2. Should have called it something else. Britannica or Olympic or something. I don't know. I forgot. No, Olympic was scrapped in the freaking 30s, I think. And Britannica, I think she sank as well. Those are the sister ships to the Titanic. I told you, I look at a lot of educational things. Can't help myself. But I guess I can read you all a little bit what it says here. Like I said, the film is not a sequel to the 1997 film for Titanic. It's not. It's a mockbuster. Yeah, you got that right. It's a mockbuster. It's a mocking the Titanic in itself. Stupid. But it was directed by Shane Van Dyke. Again, very original. It was 90 minutes. Now, I don't know how long the other Titanic movie was. I'm pretty sure it was a lot longer than that. No, wait a minute. If I remember correctly, was it 4 hours? 4 long, dry hours. Yes, 4 hours. So 4 hours versus 90 minutes. So 90 minutes, you pretty much don't expect much to happen. You know, you pretty much just like, okay, comes on at 8 o'clock, it's probably going to end like at 9 o'clock. To me, it was still stupid. I will say this, though. The first one was better than the second one. Yeah. Shut up. The first one was better. Even though it was 4 hours long, but it was still better because, like I said, it was based on an actual historic event that took place in 1912. This one right here, I don't know what the person was smoking when they decided to come out with the Titanic 2. It's not even a sequel to the first film. This happened 100 years later. They decided to rebuild a doggone freaking ship and christen it. Like that's going to make a bit of a difference. It's not. It's a freaking ship. The name Titanic itself sends alarms off in your head. Heaven forbid the same thing happens again. Like I said, I don't care what texture you use to build this ship. Ships sink. Ships can sink. Ships can turn over, upside down. You've seen Poseidon. I'm not even going to review that movie. I'm not even going to tell you of that one. But I will tell you this. Poseidon was better than this movie right here, Titanic 2. But just the thought of that actually happening, that was just, wow. That would be terrible. You all know the Poseidon where the ship got turned over by a, what is it, a rogue or something? Yeah, rogue came and, you know, flipped the dang old ship over upside down. So the top was at the bottom was at the top. Yeah, that was creepy too. So, in conclusion of this wonderful movie, I hated it. And I'm pretty sure you will too. I couldn't stand it, as far as I can throw it. But there's no punchline to this, ladies and gentlemen. It really is not. It's really stupid. It really is. And there are some other movies that I do plan on giving you my valid opinion on. Some of them are good. Some of them were not good. I was gonna tell you my opinion on the Resident Evil flicks in one episode, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that because Resident Evil is the bomb. There's no punchline to that. I love all of them. Mila Jovovich, sexy ass woman, kick ass. I don't care. I love those movies, so I can never review those movies. So, that, my friend, will be episode 6, since I do owe you guys from that tearjerker episode 5. But I'm doing good. I'm not in no depressed mode or anything. I'm actually very thrilled that I did that. But I'm actually more thrilled that I did this, so you guys get my valid opinion on this Titanic 2. I do not recommend that you watch it, because you'll be very disappointed. Not a brain aneurysm or something, you know, you may lose some sleep. But trust me, it's really not worth watching. The only reason why I watched it, because I was surfing on YouTube and I just happened to look up on it and it just happened to be there, so I took it upon myself to watch it. Because I was just curious to see what it was. You know, nothing wrong being curious, but eventually I paid the price because I hated it. I really did. It was stupid. There was no need for it to be created. It really wasn't. But we all are going to come out with movies and videos and stuff that we really think is going to be a smash, and then later on down the road you'll be like, what the hell was I thinking when I did this film? Really, what was I thinking? But hey, that remains to be seen. So, the next episode, who knows? What will I talk about? You never know. Because in my world, anything's possible. Anything can happen. But all I know is I will be very happy to share it with you all and get your valid opinion on it. So, in conclusion to this video, I had fun. I expressed how I felt. And you all took the time out of your lives to share it with me. So, until then, have a great day. It's Monday, so you already know time to start the business. And thank you for watching another episode of Share My World. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.